Hey, this member signed 2 clients, same day, 5.7K in total in under 30 days. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to help him deliver results for his clients. And I'm doing this for 2 reasons. One, because I offer something called First Client Reward, where I personally help members with their first clients, because I understand that getting your first clients is one thing, but delivering results for them is another thing, right? Which is something that I had to deal with on my own when I first got started. So in today's video, you're going to see how a 7-figure agency owner delivers results. And 2, that way you guys can see my thought process, copy some of these strategies that I'm going to share with you today. That way you don't get this anxiety when you get your first client. And that way you can get up and running as quickly as possible. So let's read through his posts. First 2 clients signed same day, 5.7K under 30 days. Launched my first campaign on June 2, and just yesterday, I signed my first 2 clients in one day, $5,700. Wild. I've been riding a roller coaster of emotions lately, stress, excitement, nerves, uncertainty, but above all, I'm just super grateful. That's a powerful message. Huge shout out to Saad for making the roadmap so clear and easy to follow. And thanks to everyone in the community for the support and value drops. I randomly stumbled on one of Saad's YouTube videos in May, watched half of it, and immediately joined. Haven't looked back since. Wow. I love reading this. Right now, I've got a demanding 9-to-5, 3 little kids under 5, and a big dream of building something on my own. Wow. Life's chaotic and tough sometimes, yes? That drive for freedom and purpose just won't quit. Not posting this to pat myself on the back, just hoping it helps someone else who might be doubting their own path. Put in the work and you will see progress. Yes, that's so true. Saad told me, clarity comes from action, not hesitation. Fact. Yeah, that's so true. You can't think your way into success. Like, success comes from action. You have to get out there, take action, and the clarity is gonna come, okay? One of my mentors, Charlie Munger, and I was reading this book yesterday, and here are the notes that I took. So he said, we don't leap 7-foot fences. Instead, we look for 1-foot fences with big rewards on the other side. Right? So you're not going to be successful by trying to think the next 20 steps, right? Because you're never going to be sure. So the only thing you have to do is just take baby steps, okay? So yeah, follow the course, dive in, drop a hobby or 2 if you have to, and just start. Yeah, 100%. Like, I would highly recommend you guys take 1 to 2 years of your life to focus on yourself, right? Like, you will be so grateful. You will solve all your money problems. And once you solve the money problems, right, you will see that you had so many things in mind that you wanted to do, so many things that you wanted to try, but you were so limited by the money problem that you can't even focus on what you truly want. So I would highly recommend you guys take 1 to 2 years, focus on yourself, fix the money problems, and you'll be good, okay? Trust me, money does not buy happiness, but it certainly does not make you sad, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, on to fulfillment. Honestly, I'm a little nervous juggling clients' work, my own campaigns, a full-time job, and still showing up for my kids. Oh, and my wife. No idea how it's all fits, but I'm ready, I'm all in. Yeah, I mean, kudos to you, my man. Like, a full-time job, showing up for your kids, wife. Like, that's, like, if someone is watching this and they don't have these priorities, well, what are you doing? Like, you see people that are literally have like an entire life with kids, etc., a full-time job, and they still crushing it. So what makes you different than them, you know? Celebrate the small wins, have faith in yourself, and don't quit. Yes, classic. Now let's get after it. Cheers, everyone. So let me walk you guys through what one of his clients that he just signed actually do. So this is the onboarding form. And to give you some context, you send your newly signed clients. First of all, they have to pay. Then you send them this onboarding form, which is welcome to your onboarding. I believe this is the link. Welcome to your onboarding. This is the one. So welcome to your onboarding. So essentially, this is like a type form. You can use any form that you want. So you send this to a client. It has multiple questions, as you guys can see. Onboarding for the Meyer process. Congratulations on taking your first step towards having a consistent stream of interested leads hitting your inbox. So the client clicks on start, and then there's the general business information, right? The website URL, their email, the offer and target audience. So What is your offer? Be as specific as possible. We help X achieve Y through Z. And then what's the benefits of your offers, etc. What sets you apart? So basically a bunch of questions. So once they fill that form, well, you can transition that and copy that into a Google Doc. And this is the Google Doc. So this is the overview, what they actually do. So I'm not gonna show the name of the company, obviously. So X is a conversational AI and data intelligence company that specializes in AI-powered enterprise software. So obviously, when you work with the clients, they're gonna give you this corporate jargon. Now, in reality, people outside that touch grass don't really speak that way, you know? So I've done my best to actually just clarify what they actually do. So this is the clarification. So what does the client do? Well, they built a smart AI system that helps big companies handle their data without all the boring manual work. For example, imagine you're running a huge SaaS company, drowning in spreadsheets, dashboards, and a team of data nerds constantly writing code just to pull reports or move data from one system to another. Instead of hiring more people and wasting months, X platform, this client's platform, acts like a super smart assistant that gets what you want. So for example, we ask it in plain English or talk to it like Siri or Alexa, and then it finds all the data across your company's systems, cleans it up, organizes it, and gives you the answers fast. So it saves time. And even automates repetitive tasks so your team isn't stuck doing manual grunt work, okay? So they want to work with companies that sell software to other businesses, such as B2B SaaS. These are companies building platforms for tools for other people, right? Not regular customers, basically SaaS, right? Software as a service. And they already make good money. For example, 40 to 500 million a year. So this is enterprise. So they make a shit ton of money. So they're not tiny startups, okay? Not tiny startups. They are established and growing. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly where to find these companies because there's one platform that really gives you good data for this. And these companies are data heavy, so they deal with tons of data every day. Well, duh, because this is what the company actually provides. This is what the clients actually provides. So they have analytics, reports, dashboards, typically in enterprises, what they deal with, and are probably hiring data scientists and engineers to keep up. Now, this is a pain signal. You can look for companies hiring for data scientists and engineers. This is called this is called the hiring signal pain. So you could look for companies that are hiring, and you can also do this. I've discussed with this member ways to actually do this. And it's something that I've showed multiple times in this channel. And also companies who want to scale fast without hiring 10x more people, and their current manual data processes are slowing them down, and they're open to AI and automation to speed things up, okay? And also they operate in North America and usually have 100 to 1,000 employees. Well, basically it's enterprise, okay? So this is the client and this is their ideal client. Now, how can we find these companies? Well, the best platform to find these companies, well, is going to be Crunchbase. So crunchbase.com. So what I've done is I created a free account in Crunchbase, which is this one. All I had to do is type in Crunchbase free trial on Google. And then you can see that's try Crunchbase for free. So you can try Crunchbase Pro for free, 7-day trial. So you simply click on, you can try Crunchbase Pro, a free day trial. You click on it and you just plug in your credit card and you're good to go. So it's exactly what I've done. Because if I go to dashboard, I believe it's accounts. Yes, accounts. You will see that your free trial for Crunchbase ends in 6 days. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Crunchbase again. And then I'm going to go to advanced search companies. And I'm going to start building the list, okay? So these are the parameters that we need. So it's going to be industry, SaaS, analytics, big data, etc. So I'm going to go. This is their onboarding. So I'm going to go to overview. I'm going to go to industry. So I'm going to type in SaaS, so software SaaS. And I'm also going to type in, let me close this tab, analytics. So analytics. There we go. Big data. There we go. AI, so artificial intelligence, data infrastructure. So data infra, I believe there's data. Okay, so we can do data and analytics database. Okay, data mining, data center. Okay, sweet. Okay. Enterprise software. I believe enterprise. Yeah, enterprise software. Okay, sweet. So in terms of employees, 100 to 1,000 plus, so 15K. Okay. So I'm going to go United States, 6,000. I'm going to go to financials. I'm going to go Series A, B, C, D, seed. And then I'm also going to don't go for pre-seed, okay? Because they're usually crying for money for investors. So Series A, F, G, H, and Angel. All right, sweet. So we have all these companies. Well, what do? Well, we need to scrape data. So we're going to have to go to Epify. And then I'm simply going to type in Crunchbase. So the scraper that I want is going to be this one, Ultimate Crunchbase Search Scraper. Try for free. And I believe I already redeemed a 30-day free trial. So if I click on Rent Actor, so it looks like I already rented this actor. So you can rent it for 30 days, but I already did this. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually just buy it right now. So by renting this actor, please upgrade your plan. Okay. There we go. So I just bought it. Nice. I'm just going to add edit limits. There we go. And then I'm going to go back to my actor. Rent actor. Boom. So now I paid for it, which is good. All right, sweet. So what do I do now? Well, I'm simply going to copy this URL and go back here, paste it here. And I need an extension. It's called edit this cookie, which is this one. So I'm going to click on this Chrome tab. I already have it. So once you download it, you're going to have it in your extensions tab here. Okay. So I'm going to go back, go to my extensions tab. It's edit this cookie. There we go. And I'm going to click on this button right here, copy cookies copied to clipboard, and paste it here. Okay. Total number of records. You can scrape the entire list. Okay. I'm just going to scrape 1,000 because it's going to take a fair bit of time. So I'm going to go to run options, no timeout. It's already there, and save and start. Okay. So now the scraper is going to go ahead and scrape data for me. So the only thing I have to do right now is just wait a little bit, like 10 minutes. And then the scraper is going to pull all this data. As you guys can see, still working. Please wait. And then we're going to have the data in the outputs here as a table. Okay. So I'm going to get back to you guys once the scraper finishes scraping. All right, guys. So we just finished scraping the data. It took us 4.5 minutes, and now we have 1,000 lead right here. The total cost at 87 cents, which is awesome. Like, I would definitely pay this guy, Curious Coder, 10K, just because without these scrapers that this developer actually built, I wouldn't be able to actually scale and actually get data so I can reach out to decision makers that can actually pay me money. Okay, so kudos to you, my friend. So what do we do right now? Well, I'm going to show you guys how to build an N8N sales system that's going to allow us to automate the entire system. I'm going to show you how to do it in N8N plus Make, okay? So that way you guys that are watching this, maybe you like using N8N, so you're going to see the N8N tutorial. Maybe you don't want to use N8N, you want to use Make. You can also join us in the party, right? So I'm going to go to N8N. I'm going to start with N8N, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do it with Make, okay? So I'm going to go to Overview, Create Workflow, so New Workflow, okay? Add first step. I'm going to click on this trigger manually, right? And now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to Integrations, and then I'm going to go to Use API Integrations. I'm going to scroll down, and the one that I want is going to be Get Last Run Dataset Items. Copy it, go back, and then simply click on this plus button, make an HTTP request, so HTTP request, and simply paste it here. Keep the method as get. Now, if I execute this step, I'm going to get 1,000 record. Check this out, 1,000 items. Now, obviously, I do not want to deal with 1,000 items, right? I want to just get one record so I can manipulate the data, do whatever I want, okay? So what do? Well, I'm simply going to go and add an @ so end limit equals 1. That's literally it. Now, if I execute the step, I'm going to get one record. Awesome. Sweet. So this is gonna be get Crunchbase data. Okay. Now, step 2, I need to find the emails. Now, the cool part about this scraper also gives you basically the website, the first name and last name of the founder, etc. So the only thing I have to do is just find the emails. Okay. No, there's multiple ways to find emails. There's an email finder, there's Scrape, Hunter. You heard me talk about this all the time. But today, I'm going to use my own platform, right? And I'm going to give you guys a free API key that you can use, because obviously when you're going to follow along this tutorial, you want to follow along with the same thing that I'm currently doing. So I'm going to give you guys a free API key with 500 credits. So feel free to test it, give that a spin, and let me know. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my landing page, which is basically, this is the SaaS that I'm currently building. It's basically find, verify, and scrape contacts at scale. Starting a sales agency doesn't have to break the bank. Neither you have to settle for low quality tools. Build smart, spend less, and scale fast. I like this. Yeah, so this is a platform that I've built specifically for the people in the community. It's going to be paid outside, obviously, because I need to cover the costs of basically the platform, right? So free access for SSM community members, a complete arsenal of tools to kickstart your sales agency. So it's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Obviously, if you do not want to use this, you can use an email finder, but an email finder is quite pricey, which is the reason why I built my own SaaS, because I don't want people to buy their own software. So it's going to significantly, well, it did significantly lower the cost for people in the community, right? If you go to pricing, monthly is $150, which is absolutely insane. I don't like this. So how can I make people's life better? Well, just build my own stuff. Okay. So I'm simply now going to go to app, right? And this is the API key that you guys can use and follow along. So simply, I'm going to go to email finder. So we have verifier finder, LinkedIn job scraper, everything, right? So as you guys can see, if I scroll down, you'll see this cool animation that we may actually put up. Shout out to our CTO, Sammy, who was actually the one who did this. We're still working on the front end, as you guys can see. So this is basically like a child can understand. This is like a tutorial. This looks so cool, right? So anyone can literally see how you can use it, right? So the method is going to be post. This is the endpoint. So copy this endpoint. I'm going to make an HTTP request. So HTTP request. And then I'm simply, method is going to be post, because if you guys noticed, method is post, and then paste in this URL here. Authentication none. I'm going to send headers, because if I scroll down, I'm going to see headers. So copy, paste it here. And this is the API key. Boom, paste it here. Now I'm going to scroll down, go to body, make sure its content type is going to be JSON, and specify body using JSON, because I have a JSON here, which is full name, etc. So I'm going to copy it using JSON, paste it here. Now I'm simply going to map the correct data that I scraped from Epify using the scraper. So Saad is my first and last name, obviously. Now I'm going to have to put in the person's name, which is this guy, Arvind Jain. Boom. Let me zoom in so you guys can see, copy, and paste it here. Now I need the website, obviously. So the website is, scroll down. And there we go. Now if I execute the step, so invalid URL, let's see if I made a mistake here. Invalid URL, so website URL, let's see. Oh, I forgot to add an HTTP here, HTTPS or HTTPS. And then let's execute the step. Okay, so found the email. So the command center strikes again. Our platform strikes again. So we found the email. Well, that's great. So now I'm simply gonna name this find emails, or let's just name this the name of SaaS. Boom. And then now what do? Well, we found the email. Well, half of the work is already done. Well, now we need to generate some sort of personalization. And let me walk you guys through the personalization here that we have. So, hey, first name, been talking to a few funding stage SaaS teams recently. Same issue keeps coming up. Key pain points. You're going to see the magic. So let me just copy this. I'm going to add an LLM model. So basic LLM chain. Define below, and I'm going to say generate a statement similar to, I need to make this a placeholder, forgot to do it. So let me just put this here, and then same thing, because it's gonna, N8N is gonna think it's a JSON. So copy this, paste it here, and then I'm gonna add a perfect example. So example, perfect output, been talking to a few Series A SaaS teams recently. Same issue keeps coming up. And then I'm going to feed in the actual data that I have, which is value here. I'm also going to add value here again, generative AI, which is the category. What do I add to Series F? So this is the last funding type. So they are Series F. And then I'm also going to add the short description. Check this out. Now I'm going to add a LLM model. I'm just going to use Anthropic. I already have an account. So I'm just going to go to Sonnet. And then I'm simply going to run this. Check this out. So if I execute the step. So been talking to a few seed stage SaaS teams recently. Same issue keeps coming up. Their go-to-market strategy collapses when they try to scale beyond their initial championed customers. So essentially, AI read through the description, identified the key pain points, the funding stage, etc., and gave me this output. Awesome, which is exactly what I want here. This is called the anti-fragile method. So basically, you feed in AI a prompt along with a placeholder text, which contains a perfectly written copy, and then AI just fills the variable, which is exactly what I teach. So that's pretty much it, okay? So now what do I do? Well, I need to add this to a cold email software, which is going to be Instantly. So HTTP, make a request, and I'm going to go to Instantly documentation, which is create a lead, which is this one. And I'm going to go to Instantly, and I'm going to create a new campaign. First, log in. Okay, sweet. I'm going to go to campaigns, create a new campaign, first client reward, for example. And then I will have this campaign. So what do? I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to integrations. I need a API key. So the one that I want is going to be version 1. Okay. So I'm going to create a new API, test, for example, scope all, and then create. I'm going to leave this here. And then I'm going to go to this right here. And I want curl post request. So copy this. So it's a post request because you will see if you read through this, it's post and then post, paste it here. Okay, so I need to send, I believe, authentication bearer. Yes. So is it bearer? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So authorization bearer. All right. So I'm going to go to generic bearer and then create a new credential. And I'm simply going to copy this, copy it and paste it here. Save. Okay. Now what do? I'm going to send body. So it's going to be JSON, and I want to send this body right here that I have, which is this is the one. I don't need this entire thing. Copy. I'm just gonna trim some of the fat here. So I don't want all of this. So email, open. Yeah, I don't need this. So I'm just going to delete this. Okay, now I need the company name. Okay, the company name along with the campaign ID. Okay, so campaign ID is obviously going to be the ID here. So if you go to this ID, you see it's after /campaign. So copy this, Control C, and then ID, which is ID. Actually, no, it's campaign. So campaign. Hard code this here. Now the email is going to be the email found. So I'm going to go up, email, put this here. Personalization is going to be the personalization, which is, this is the one. Now I don't care about the website. I care about the first and last name. Okay, company name is going to be the company name, which is on top, which is organization value. There we go. Execute the step and boom. Now we added the lead to Instantly. There we go. We added the lead. Well, now what do? We're just going to copy this entire thing, paste it here. So, hey, first name. And then here, we're going to add the personalization. Okay. And then save. Okay, sweet. Now, let me show you guys how to do it using make.com. So I'm simply going to go to make, create new scenario. And this is going to be make.com or make flow first client reward. I'm going to go to Epify, get dataset items. Okay. Now I'm going to have to copy this dataset ID that I have, which is going to be here. Very, very simple. So it's in storage, copy it, and then paste it here. And then go to limit, just put 1 for now. Click on save. Run once. And then same thing, we just got the data here in make. Let's name this again, get data or get Crunchbase data. Same thing, I'm gonna make an HTTP request. So HTTP, make a request. Simple thing is gonna be post to this URL. Let's just go back to make HTTPS and then add this here, okay? And then headers is gonna be authorization, okay? And then we're gonna copy this API key that we have. Paste it here. Got a body type is going to be raw. Content type is going to be JSON. The request content is going to be the same thing here. Control C, paste it here. And then we're going to add the founder here. So remove all this and it's going to be value. And then website is going to be value. Parse the response. Save. Run once. And check this out. So we're going to get the email just like we did with N8N. So data equals accepted, valid. Okay. All right. Now we're going to have to generate the personalized line. So I'm just going to use Azure, for example, not Claude this time. And I'm simply going to copy the prompt without trying to write it again. Copy GPT for O. Add message, user, content, text. Okay. So, so now I'll just feed in the data that I have, which is last funding type, funding stage, and short description, and also categories. So category. There we go. And then if I run once, same thing is going to happen here. Boom. Been talking to a few late stage venture AI teams recently. Same issue keeps coming up. Their AI models are powerful, but their teams are struggling to surface the right insights from enterprise data to drive meaningful action. Sweet. So now I'm going to set a variable. So set variable. Simply going to go back, copy this entire thing, paste it here. Hey, first name. So I'm just going to use a split formula. So hey, founder. So hey, founder, based of a space, move this annoying tab, space, and then get one. And then I'm going to add personalization here. There we go. And done. This is going to be dream email. And then save. And then I'm going to add this to instantly. So instantly add lead to a campaign. And I believe I need to go to the last one. Let me see. Okay, this is the one. So email is going to be the email found in data. So email. First name, same thing. I'm just going to have to copy this thing right here. Copy. Paste this here. Now it's going to be 2 because this is the last name. And this is going to be company name. So name. I need to add a filter here. So only if the email is valid. Let me just add a filter here. Only if data status equals valid. Email found. So let's run this at, for example, 20. Let's go ahead and try. So I'm adding all my leads. As you can see, There we go. Everything is being added. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So this is how you fulfill for a client in a similar niche. As you guys can see, it's not rocket science. I'm going to leave you all the resources in description. Now, the only thing you have to do is simply get out there, take action. I believe in you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.